Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to talk about something very important, things that waste your time and energy. Because sometimes the biggest problem in life is not what you are doing. It is what you are doing that does not matter. Small habits, small distractions, small choices. They look harmless, but slowly they drain your focus, your motivation, your life. And the worst part, you don't even realize it. So in this video, we will understand what is quietly stealing your time and energy and how you can take your life back. Let's begin. Lesson 1. Endless scrolling. The first thing that wastes your time and energy is endless scrolling. Let's go deeper. You open your phone for a few minutes just to check something small. A message, a notification, a quick update. But suddenly one video becomes 10, 10 becomes 50. Your finger keeps moving, your eyes stay locked, and before you know it, 1 hour is gone. Imagine this. You spend hours scrolling every day. What happens? Your mind becomes distracted. Your focus becomes weak. Your attention span becomes shorter. And your time disappears without value. You feel busy, but you are not productive. You feel entertained, but not fulfilled. And at the end of the day, you wonder where your time went. Now imagine the opposite. You use your phone with purpose. You decide when to open it and when to stop. You control your time instead of letting it control you. What happens? You feel more focused. You feel more in control. You actually use your time wisely and your day starts to have meaning. That is the difference. Let's go even deeper. Endless scrolling is designed to keep you hooked. Every video, every post, every notification is created to hold your attention. It gives you quick pleasure, quick entertainment, quick escape, but it does not give you growth or real progress. The more you scroll, the harder it becomes to stop. Your brain gets used to constant stimulation. Real work starts to feel boring. Deep focus starts to feel difficult. That is how your energy gets drained. Endless scrolling also creates comparison. You see other people's success, lifestyle, happiness, and slowly you start comparing your life. You feel behind. You feel not good enough. But what you see is not the full reality. It is only the highlight, not the struggle. So you are not only wasting time, you are also losing confidence. Now ask yourself honestly, how many times did you plan to do something important but ended up scrolling instead? That lost time could have been used to learn something, to improve something, to build something meaningful. Your time is your life. And when you waste time, you waste your life. But here's the good news. You can take control back. Start small. Set a limit for your screen time. Remove unnecessary apps. Turn off notifications that distract you. Create specific times to use your phone, not all the time. Replace scrolling with something better. Reading, learning, working on your goals, even resting with awareness. Because the goal is not to remove your phone completely. The goal is to use it with intention. You should control your habits, not let your habits control you. So from today, don't scroll without purpose. Don't lose hours without awareness. Don't trade your future for temporary entertainment. Set limits. Stay aware. Stay disciplined. Because when you control your time, you control your life. Lesson 2. Overthinking everything. The second thing that wastes your energy is overthinking. Let's go deeper. You think about what people said. You replay conversations in your mind again and again. You think about what might happen tomorrow, next week, or even next year. You analyze every small detail, every word, every situation. You ask yourself, what if? Why did this happen? What should I have done differently? And this thinking never stops. But does it solve anything? No. Imagine this. You keep thinking about a small problem all day. Maybe someone said something you did not like. Maybe something did not go as planned. Instead of moving on, you keep it in your mind. You repeat it, you analyze it, you question it. What happens? Your mind becomes tired. Your energy drops. Your mood changes. You feel stressed, but you take no action. You feel busy in your mind, but nothing actually moves forward in your life. Now imagine the opposite. You think for a moment, you understand the situation, then you decide. You either take action or you let it go. What happens? Your mind becomes clear. Your energy stays strong. You feel lighter. You move forward instead of staying stuck. That is the difference. Let's go even deeper. Overthinking feels like you are doing something important. It feels like you are solving a problem. But in reality, it is just repeating the same thoughts without progress. It is like running in circles. You are using energy, but you are not going anywhere. Overthinking creates problems that do not even exist. You start imagining negative outcomes. You expect things to go wrong. You create fear in your own mind, and slowly, this fear starts to feel real. It also steals your present moment. While your mind is busy thinking about the past or worrying about the future, you miss what is happening right now. You lose focus. You lose peace. You lose time. Your brain is not designed to think nonstop. It needs rest. It needs clarity. When you overload it with constant thoughts, it becomes weak and tired. That is why overthinking drains your energy so quickly. Also, overthinking often comes from the need to control everything. You want perfect answers. You want certainty. You want to avoid mistakes. But the truth is, life is uncertain. Not everything can be predicted or controlled. So what can you do? First, become aware. Notice when you are overthinking. Ask yourself, am I solving something or just repeating thoughts? Second, take action. Even a small step is better than endless thinking. Action breaks the cycle. Third, learn to let go. Not every thought deserves your attention. Not every situation needs deep analysis. Some things are better left as they are. Focus on what you can control. Your actions, your effort, your mindset. Let go of what you cannot control. Give your mind space. Take breaks. Breathe. Step away from constant thinking. This helps your mind reset. And most importantly, accept imperfection. You do not need perfect answers to move forward. You just need to start. Overthinking is not problem solving. It is energy draining. It keeps you stuck, tired, and stressed. So from today, don't think more than needed. Don't get lost in your own thoughts. Take action when you can, and when you cannot, let it go. Because a clear mind is a powerful mind. And when you protect your energy, you create a better, stronger, and more peaceful life. Lesson 3. Trying to please everyone. The third thing that wastes your time and energy is trying to please everyone. Let's go deeper. You say yes to everything. You agree even when you don't want to. You try to make everyone happy. You adjust your words, your actions, even your personality just to avoid conflict or to be liked. You put others first again and again, even when it costs you your own peace. At first, it feels right. You feel kind. You feel helpful. You feel accepted. But slowly, something starts to change. Imagine this. You keep saying yes to everyone. every request, every favor, every situation. What happens? You feel exhausted. Your time disappears. Your energy drops. You start feeling frustrated because deep inside, you know you are ignoring yourself. You are doing things you don't truly want to do. And slowly, you lose your own direction. You wake up busy, you go to sleep tired, but nothing feels meaningful. Because your life is no longer guided by your choices, it is controlled by others' expectations. Now imagine the opposite. You respect your time. You think before you say yes. You choose carefully where to give your energy. You understand your limits and you protect them. What happens? You feel free. You feel in control. You feel strong. You start focusing on what truly matters to you. Your time becomes valuable, your energy becomes focused, and your life starts to move in the direction you actually want. That is the difference. Let's go even deeper. Trying to please everyone is not real kindness. It is often fear. Fear of rejection, fear of judgment, fear of being disliked. So instead of being honest, you try to fit in everywhere. But the truth is, no matter how hard you try, you cannot make everyone happy. People have different expectations, different opinions, different needs. If you try to satisfy all of them, you will lose yourself in the process. Also, when you always say yes, people start expecting it. They assume you are always available. They stop valuing your time because you never protect it. And without realizing it, you teach others to take you for granted. Your time is limited. Your energy is limited. Every yes has a cost. When you say yes to something unimportant, you are saying no to something important. Your goals, your rest, your growth. So you must choose wisely. Setting boundaries is not selfish. It is necessary. It shows that you respect yourself. It shows that you understand your value. You don't need to explain everything. You don't need to feel guilty for protecting your peace. Saying no may feel uncomfortable at first. You may feel like you are disappointing others. But over time, it becomes easier. And more importantly, it becomes empowering. Because when you stop trying to please everyone, you start living for yourself. Focus on what truly matters. Give your time to people who respect you. Give your energy to things that help you grow. And let go of the need for constant approval. You don't need everyone to like you. You just need to respect yourself. So from today, don't say yes to everything. Don't ignore your own needs. Don't lose yourself trying to fit into everyone's expectations. Choose carefully. Set boundaries. Stay true to yourself. Because when you stop chasing approval, you start building a life that actually belongs to you. Lesson 4. Negative self-talk. The fourth thing that wastes your energy is negative self-talk. Let's go deeper. You say things like, I can't do this. I'm not good enough. I will fail. Maybe you don't say them out loud, but you repeat them in your mind again and again. Every time something is difficult, every time you make a mistake, every time you feel unsure, that voice appears. At first, it feels normal. It feels like you are just being realistic, but slowly you start believing it. And once you believe it, it begins to control your actions. Imagine this. You keep telling yourself negative things every day. What happens? Your confidence drops. You stop trusting yourself. You start doubting your abilities even before you try. Your motivation disappears because deep inside, you already expect failure. And when you expect failure, you don't give your full effort. You avoid challenges. You stay in your comfort zone. You choose what is easy instead of what helps you grow. Not because you cannot do more, but because you believe you cannot. Now imagine the opposite. You speak positively to yourself. You say, I will try, I can improve, I will learn from this. You encourage yourself even when things are not perfect. What happens? You feel stronger. You feel more confident. You start taking action even when you are unsure. You become more willing to try, to learn, to grow. And slowly, your results begin to change. That is the difference. Let's go even deeper. Your mind listens to everything you say. It does not question it. It accepts it. So if you constantly tell yourself negative things, your mind accepts those limits as truth. And once your mind accepts something as truth, your behavior follows. Your actions become smaller. Your effort becomes weaker. Your results become limited. Negative self-talk is like an invisible barrier. No one else may see it, but it controls your life from inside. It also drains your energy. Constant negative thoughts create stress. They create pressure. They make simple tasks feel heavy. Even when you are not doing anything physical, your mind feels tired. This is why many people feel exhausted without understanding why. It is not always the work. It is the way they speak to themselves. Now understand this clearly. You don't need to be perfect to speak positively to yourself. Positive self-talk is not about lying to yourself. It is about supporting yourself. Instead of saying, I can't do this, say, I will try and learn. Instead of saying, I always fail, say, I can improve with practice. This small change in words creates a big change in mindset. Also remember, everyone makes mistakes. Everyone feels unsure sometimes. That is part of growth. But strong people don't destroy themselves with their words. They build themselves. Be aware of your thoughts. When a negative thought appears, don't accept it immediately. Question it. Replace it. Choose a better thought. Your inner voice should be your support, not your enemy. Speak to yourself the way you would speak to someone you care about. With patience, with understanding, with encouragement. Because in the end, you are always listening to yourself. Your words create your mindset, and your mindset creates your life. So from today, don't speak against yourself. Don't repeat negative beliefs. Don't limit yourself with your own thoughts. Support yourself. Encourage yourself. Believe in your ability to grow. Because when you change the way you speak to yourself, you change the way you live your life. Lesson 5. Doing things without purpose. The fifth thing that wastes your time is doing things without purpose. Let's go deeper. You stay busy all day. From morning to night, you are doing something. Checking messages, replying to people, switching between tasks, starting things and leaving them unfinished. You move from one activity to another without a clear direction. At the end of the day, you feel tired. You feel like you worked hard. But when you stop and think, nothing meaningful is done. No real progress, no real improvement. Just movement without direction. Imagine this. You spend your whole day doing random tasks. Things that feel urgent but are not important. Small distractions that take your attention again and again. What happens? You feel tired, but not productive. Your energy is used, but not used well. Your time is gosan, but it did not create value. And slowly, this becomes a habit. Being busy feels normal, even if it leads nowhere. Now imagine the opposite. You start your day with clarity. You know what matters. You choose your tasks carefully. You focus on fewer things, but important things. You give your full attention to what you are doing. What happens? You feel satisfied. You feel in control. You see progress, even if it is small. At the end of the day, you know your time was used well. You move forward step by step. That is the difference. Let's go even deeper. Being busy is not the same as being productive. Busy is doing many things. Productive is doing the right things. Busy fills your time. Productive moves your life forward. Many people confuse activity with progress. They think because they are always doing something, they are improving. But real growth comes from intentional action, not constant movement. Doing things without purpose also drains your mental energy. Every time you switch tasks, your focus breaks. Your mind becomes scattered. It becomes harder to concentrate deeply. And without deep focus, your work loses quality. Lack of purpose creates confusion. You don't know what to prioritize. Everything feels equally important. So you try to do everything, and in the end, nothing truly important gets done. Also, when your actions are not connected to a goal, motivation becomes weak. You feel like you are working, but you don't know why. And when there is no clear reason, it becomes easy to lose interest. Purpose gives direction. It tells you what matters and what does not. It helps you say no to distractions and yes to meaningful work. It turns your time into progress. So what can you do? Start by asking yourself a simple question. What really matters today? Not everything, just the most important thing. Focus on that first. Plan your day with intention. You don't need a long list. You need a clear list. Few tasks, but meaningful ones. Avoid unnecessary distractions. Not everything needs your attention. Protect your focus like it is valuable, because it is. Finish what you start. Incomplete tasks create mental pressure. Completing one important task is better than starting 5 and finishing none. Take breaks with awareness. Rest is important, but unconscious breaks turn into wasted time. Be intentional even with your rest. And most importantly, connect your actions to your goals. When you know why you are doing something, it becomes easier to stay focused. Remember this clearly. Being busy can make you feel productive, but it can also hide the truth. Real productivity is not about doing more. It is about doing what matters. So from today, don't just stay busy. Don't fill your time with random tasks. Don't confuse movement with progress. Stay focused on what matters. Work with intention. Use your time wisely. Because when your actions have purpose, your life has direction. And when your life has direction, every step you take brings you closer to something meaningful. Lesson 6. Staying in the wrong environment. The sixth thing that wastes your energy is staying in the wrong environment. Let's go deeper. Negative people. Unmotivated surroundings. Constant distractions. These things may look normal at first, but slowly they start affecting your mind, your habits, and your direction. You may not notice it immediately, but over time, your energy begins to drop. Imagine this. You are surrounded by negativity every day. People complain, people criticize, people focus on problems instead of solutions. Conversations are full of doubt, fear, and excuses. What happens? You feel tired without doing much. Your motivation starts to disappear. Even if you had goals, they begin to feel less important. You start thinking like the people around you. Your mindset becomes limited. Your energy becomes weak. Now imagine the opposite. You are in a positive environment. You are surrounded by people who are focused, disciplined, and growth-minded. People who support you, who encourage you, who challenge you to become better. What happens? You feel inspired. You feel motivated. You start thinking bigger. You take action more easily. You grow faster, not because life became easier, but because your environment supports your growth. That is the difference. Let's go even deeper. Your environment is stronger than your willpower. You can be motivated for a short time, but if your environment is negative, it will slowly pull you down. But if your environment is positive, it will push you forward even on difficult days. Energy is contagious. The people you spend time with affect your thoughts, your emotions, and your behavior. If they are lazy, you become lazy. If they complain, you start complaining. If they take action, you start taking action. This happens naturally. You don't even realize it. Your surroundings also include what you see and hear every day. The content you watch, the conversations you listen to, the places you spend your time in. All of these shape your mindset. If your environment is full of distractions, it becomes hard to focus. If your environment is full of negativity, it becomes hard to stay positive. If your environment lacks discipline, it becomes hard to stay consistent. That is why choosing the right environment is not a small decision. It is a powerful one. Now understand this clearly. You don't always need to change everything at once. Start small. Reduce time with negative influences. Limit conversations that drain your energy. Spend more time with people who support your growth. Create your own environment if needed. Choose what you watch. Choose what you listen to. Choose how you spend your time. Even small changes can make a big difference. Also remember, sometimes the wrong environment feels comfortable because you are used to it. But comfort is not always good. Growth often requires change. It requires stepping away from what is familiar and moving toward what is better. Protect your energy. Not everyone deserves your time. Not every place deserves your presence. Be selective. Be aware. Your environment either supports your growth or slows it down. There is no middle ground, so from today, don't ignore your surroundings. Don't stay in places that drain you. Don't allow negativity to become normal. Choose your environment carefully. Surround yourself with positivity, with focus, with growth. Because when your environment improves, your mindset improves. And when your mindset improves, your life begins to change. Lesson 7. Not taking action. The 7th thing that wastes your time is delay. Let's go deeper. You wait for the perfect moment. You wait to feel ready. You tell yourself you will start tomorrow, next week, or when everything feels right. You keep saying later again and again. At first, it feels harmless. It feels like you are just preparing, like you are waiting for the right time. But slowly, this habit becomes a pattern. And the truth is simple. Later never comes. Imagine this. You have a goal. Something important to you. Something you know can improve your life. But instead of starting, you delay it. You think about it. You plan it. You talk about it. But you don't act. What happens? Time passes. Days turn into weeks. Weeks turn into months. And nothing changes. Your goal stays the same. Your situation stays the same. And deep inside, you feel frustrated because you know you could have started. Delay creates regret. Not immediately, but over time. Because you start to see lost opportunities. You start to realize how much time has passed without progress. Now imagine the opposite. You take small action today. Not perfect action. Not a big step, just a small step forward. What happens? You move forward, you break the cycle of waiting. You start building momentum. One small action leads to another. And slowly, progress begins. That is the difference. Let's go even deeper. Waiting feels safe. It protects you from failure. It protects you from discomfort. If you don't start, you don't fail. If you don't try, you don't feel the risk. But it also protects you from success. Because success requires action. It requires effort. It requires stepping into the unknown. Many people wait because they want everything to be perfect. Perfect timing, perfect plan, perfect confidence. But perfection is an illusion. It does not exist at the beginning. It is created through action. You don't become ready before you start. You become ready by starting. Delay also creates fear. The longer you wait, the bigger the task feels. The harder it seems to begin. What was once a simple step becomes something heavy and overwhelming. But when you take action, even a small one, that fear starts to disappear. Because action brings clarity. It shows you what to do next. Also remember, time will pass anyway. Whether you act or not, days will move forward. The only question is, will you move forward with them? Small actions matter more than big plans. You don't need to change your whole life in one day. You just need to begin. One step, one effort, one decision. Consistency is more powerful than intensity. Doing something small every day creates real change over time. So stop waiting for motivation. Stop waiting for confidence. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Create your own moment. Take responsibility for your time. Because every day you delay is a day you cannot get back. Be honest with yourself. Are you really waiting for the right time? Or are you avoiding action? This awareness is powerful. Your goals are not impossible. Your plans are not too big. But without action, they will remain only ideas. Waiting wastes time. Action creates change. So from today, don't delay what matters. Don't hide behind excuses. Don't push your goals into the future. Start now. Even if it is small, even if it feels uncomfortable. Because the moment you take action, your life begins to move forward. Final message. Now stop for a moment. Don't rush. Just pause and think. Look at your life honestly. Not what you say, not what you plan, but what you actually do every day. Where is your time going? Where is your energy going? Because your life is not defined by big moments. It is not only about major decisions or rare opportunities. Your life is shaped by small daily choices. The things you do again and again. The habits you repeat without thinking. Every distraction, every delay, every negative thought, every unnecessary action. It all adds up. Day by day, step by step, it builds your reality. If you waste a little time today, it may not feel important. If you lose a little energy today, it may not seem serious. But when this happens every day, it becomes your lifestyle. And your lifestyle becomes your future. That is why awareness is so powerful. But here's the truth. You can change it. No matter where you are right now, no matter how much time you feel you have wasted, you still have control over what you do next. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need a perfect moment. You don't need more time. You need more awareness. Awareness of your habits. Awareness of your choices. Awareness of what is helping you and what is holding you back. When you become aware, you start seeing things clearly. You notice what is draining your energy. You notice what is wasting your time. And once you see it, you can change it. So from today, start removing what does not serve you. Remove the distractions that take your focus. Remove the habits that slow your growth. Remove the thoughts that weaken your confidence. And at the same time, focus on what truly matters. Your goals, your growth, your peace, your purpose. Protect your time like it is valuable because it is. Protect your energy like it is limited because it is. Because when you protect your time and energy, you protect your life. Small changes create big results. Small awareness creates powerful transformation. You don't need to change everything at once. Just start with one step, one better choice today, and then repeat it tomorrow. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs it. And remember, your time is limited. Your energy is precious. Your life is in your hands. Use it wisely.